Well, I actually think the interesting thing coming out of von der Leyen's speech is that they are not going to impose a price cap on gas from Russia. This had been discussed as a way of reducing Russian funding for the war in Ukraine, but it appears that they couldn't get agreement across all of the European countries. Therefore, basically, Russian gas is going to keep flowing to Europe, at least in the immediate term. I think it's down to about 1/6 of what it used to be, but it'll still be useful for filling stocks this winter. Longer term, I mean, it's years till Europe can completely diversify away from Russian gas. That's basically when most of the estimates suggest that big new liquefied natural gas projects come online in places like Qatar, the US, and Australia.
Yeah, just to be clear on your first point, I think just to clarify here, von der Leyen did say we are still having discussions on price caps and need to keep working to lower gas prices. Didn't rule out the possibility of the price cap completely. And obviously there will be another energy crisis meeting where there will be more discussions on that topic. But interesting to hear what you have to say about the price caps as well. And you know, there's been a lot of pushback from any analysts out there saying that that is not the most effective tool to bring down gas prices for consumers and for businesses. Out of all of the proposals that the EU have put out in the last couple of weeks, what do you think is going to be the most effective at helping the Europeans get through the winter without rationing?
Yeah, I think the 10% electricity saving target, if implemented correctly or if it's actually achieved, would be quite effective at reducing gas demand. You know, that last 10% is the share of the electricity generation stack that gas tends to make up. The issue is with actually enforcing it and crucially enforcing it in a way that doesn't impact the types of businesses, industry, households that we want to protect from these kind of issues, whether it's a factory but making something that's important for other factories further up the supply chain, or whether it's factories that would have to close and they might employ a lot of people in Europe.
William, I thought it was interesting in von der Leyen's remarks this morning that she talked about using this crisis as an opportunity to trigger a paradigm shift. And she pointed to the example of the Danes in the past making a big push into wind as a way to diversify its energy mix. I wonder to what extent the EU is handicapping its ability to spur this paradigm shift by capping excessive profits at some of the key electricity and energy providers, because those are the companies that could potentially fuel this paradigm shift by investing in technologies of the future.
Yeah, exactly. I can barely say it better. So there's basically two issues that Europe's facing. One is a energy supply issue, mostly gas, but also to some extent electricity, and the other is high bills that residents and industry are paying. So they can't, the EU or Europe can't increase electricity supply this winter with investment into renewables, but this crisis isn't just going to last this winter, it's going to last for a while. And in general, Europe is looking to transition away from fossil fuels and towards renewables. If there's one thing that capping the profits of renewable producers is going to do, is going to disincentivize investment into renewables, which we're going to see the effect of in years to come, basically.